Hello,
Hi.
Internet and my mom.
Internet.
Hi, Mom.
This is the first session of a brand new Burning Wheel game. I look professional as hell when I have like my little roll results window, and what it's showing is not roll results. I am, however, going to let everybody watch everything that you guys type in the chat.
Oh, great.
So if you type 8 == D, thank you.
It's a shame we got rid of that awesome dick I drew earlier then.
I know, I miss Hipster Dick even more now.
You're welcome to draw more dicks on the screen, I guess, but nobody can actually see it because I just don't have like the actual tabletop showing. Anyway, I don't know how much like show I want to do beforehand, and how much how much bullshit.
Like a little dance number?
Coach Chili Bob in the chat is missing an equal sign. It's 3 equal sign. Otherwise, it just looks like you got a short.
Not everybody was born with 3 equal signs, Shaun.
Look. I'm not trying to emoji shame anybody here. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's been a while since we got to play some Burning Wheel, and
A good long while.
a long while. And Dustin and Nicole have never had the opportunity. Is that the right word for this? The opportunity, the enforced suffering of having to play with Kristen and I.
The fuck?
Wow.
I don't know.
I think that's part of marrying him, is you're kind of bonded to that.
Yeah.
It's less that and more this whole like, oh, you gotta watch out for Kristen. Like, she's just crazy when it comes to Burning Wheel. I'm like, it's not true.
It is true, but it's a good crazy, right? Like, there's a reason you had a character called the Red Butcher. Like, it's dark in an awesome way.
She felt really bad about burning all those people alive. All right.
For like 3 whole seconds.
Okay, mostly burned alive. They were.
Yeah, I mean,
they were gonna die eventually.
Most of them only took B8 wounds.
They got no medical aid, so they died of horrible burns.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
That was Shaun Nettner's plan.
But that's
Yeah.
a different
Sure.
game.
That was a different game. So I think the best thing to do, since it's the first session of the game, we didn't broadcast the world burning session. So why don't we take a minute to sort of introduce? You okay there, Nicole? Gotcha.
Way to embarrass her, dick.
Sorry. It's what I do. Yeah, let's take a minute to introduce ourselves and say who we're playing, and then we'll just jump into the game. So can we start with you, Kristen?
Yeah, I was looking at something else. I'm sorry. Let me find my character.
You're gonna focus on the game, Kristen.
Yeah, I'm all over that. I'm Kristen. I'm Shaun's wife, and I am playing Yezzi Bjorsen.
And Yezzi is
Did you want more than that?
the
Wife
widow.
of the dead mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Yes. Mr. Glover.
I am Matt. I am husband to Nicole. I am playing Colin the priest, but he's a very recent priest. Before that, he was a thug and a criminal. He has kind of a dark background. So he came way out here to this town. What's this town called, Shaun?
This town. Oh man, you're making me go and look up my notes.
I was gonna say, I don't think we ever established what the town's name was.
Oh no,
We did. Somebody named it.
I started writing down proper nouns like a motherfucker.
Townsburg.
This kind of region is called Gostvik.
So yeah, he came to Gothvik to try to get a second chance and escape his dark past.
Dark past. Sorry.
So I'm the priest. I'm the priest of the town.
Awesome. Dustin, who is apparently cosplaying as one of the cast members of Top Gear.
Well, of course. I'm holding really still, too. I am Dustin. I am wife or husband to no one. I am Aldwin Lurco, the brother of the Dominus in this area. Um, I am the captain of the guard per se for this small town, and I served in the military under my brother and was scripted to be the law of this town.
All we see under your helm is just your jaw. Right?
Yeah.
I am the law.
And last but not least, Nicole.
I am Nicole. I am Matt's wife today.
For
Hopefully
now.
longer than that.
I am playing Fianna. Last name undecided as of right now. Just kind of the disposed court summoner, trying to protect the relics.
Nice. And you actually used to be like one of the advisors to Yezzi's husband.
Yep.
She called up the dead for him so he could speak with the ancestors for counsel.
That's right.
For Sigvaldi Bjorsen.
But now he's dead.
Yep.
I'm out of a job.
Yes.
Why is he dead, Shaun?
Why is he dead? Because he is dead because
He is no longer living.
this military commander, Numerius Lurco, during a previous border war, which ended just over a year ago, pretty much as he was coming through this region, decided that it was a really good opportunity to make it his. And he had the just enough military might and organization to just wipe everybody out and take hold of the region. The Jarl was killed, and just over the a fairly brief period, just imposed order over the area. The locals, people that call themselves the Varta, just couldn't muster the manpower to kick him out, and so he's kind of declared himself Dominus, which is a baron or governor, and the area is super remote, so it's real expensive for the bureaucracy back in the capital to actually send anybody out to deal with the fact that this military commander was just like, all this land is mine now.
They're kind of like, well, on one hand, we could try to go out and take him out, or we could sit here and maybe he'll start paying us taxes.
Yeah, exactly. But in order to sort of secure the area and secure his own legitimacy, he has started offering plots of land to people willing to come from all over the country to come and settle here and start new lives. So it's a lot of people who were either had things to run away from, like our good father Colin, or people who just didn't have a whole lot where they were at, and this was a good opportunity to start over. But unfortunately, the Varta, of which Yezzi, by marriage, and Fianna are both members of this people, so they've been kind of oppressed and kicked out of their, not kicked out, but held under the thumb of this new local lord.
And so it's an interesting note for me, anyways. That my character is a priest of the Imperium religion, which is the path of virtue, very much like Catholicism and its height of power, widespread church and influence and all that fun stuff. with one singular deity, where Nicole's character Fianna is kind of like a priestess of their religion, which is a lot more like spirituality, ancestor worship, and things like that. So we're both kind of on opposite ends of the priest spectrum.
Exactly.
Kind of like a religious and Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there had been some early uprisings when all of this first started going down. And as a result, most of the able-bodied men in the village have been, if not killed or captured, sort of driven off, including Yezzi's eldest son, who lost Sven, who lost his life. Did Aldwin actually kill him, or?
I thought it was the Dominus that killed him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
challenged the Dominus to a duel to avenge his father.
That's right.
Spurred on by some discontents in the city.
Yep.
And the Dominus was like, yeah, sure, kid, I'll fight you.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the locals don't like Yezzi because they view Yezzi as like a betrayer.
Mm-hmm. Well, and she's an outsider. She came from another country, married in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's actually kind of behind part of a resistance.
What's that?
Kind of like behind a resistance, like you're kind of an influencing figure on a kind of a resistance, or is that?
She's aware of the resistance, but like she's mostly the fewest people we can have killed, the better.
Right. So yeah, and that's kind of the core of the conflict here is the Varda, the native people here are outmanned and outgunned. But they're
they just need Lafayette to come in.
He's taking this horse by the reins, making redcoats redder with blood stains. Making those redcoats redder with blood stains. Now we're going to get kicked off of YouTube when this goes up. So yeah, like they can easily overpower the Varda. So some of you, those that have been, Sam has joined us in the chat. Hi, Sam. So some of you, Yezzi and Fianna, kind of are in the position of needing to keep your people alive and safe. Meanwhile, Father Colin and Aldwin are in this awkward position of being citizens or spiritual leaders, respectively, of these newcomers that have come over seeking a new life in the frontier, and are kind of like jammed into this rock and a hard place situation where nobody's happy about anything. So now all of the major stuff happened, like I said, a little over a year ago. And over the course of the remaining year, people had trickled in from the far-flung provinces of the Imperium to set up homesteads and farms here in Gostvik, which is actually like a large sort of river valley that's hidden up in the mountains. And things have always been tense, but during the night, in fact this night, things sort of came to a head when a young Varda woman named Saksa, probably about 16 years old, 16, 17, somewhere in there, had confronted a farmer. Hang on, I actually have names here. a farmer named Nonus, who had been kind of encroaching on an ancestral burial ground of the Varda, and Saxa had finally kind of had enough and went to confront him. At which point they started arguing. Nonus's wife, he heard him, outside, things getting heated, and eventually, as these things happen, it erupted into violence. When the wife came outside after hearing her husband scream, she had found Saxa beaten and bloodied, but holding a rock in her hand, and Nonus, the farmer, with his head bashed open, like he had he had lost a fight with a 16-year-old girl, and so the girl was pretty much traumatized. Almost immediately, the guard was called, and the young woman arrested and taken into a cell in the sort of central keep of Gostvik, which is, it's not exactly a castle. It's more like this wood and stone fort called Steinborg, but it's the sort of official seat of power in the region. It was formerly Yezzi's home. She still lives there, but now the Dominus has taken it over. And here, kind of, the four of you are in a small kind of waiting area that is just outside of the prison cells proper. There's not like a full prison in here. There's only, a handful of cells. There's just not enough people to require like massive dungeons down here.
Maybe we had a nice town before we started locking people up. There just wasn't that much call for it until people fucking took over.
That's right. That is right. But yeah, so the four of you were there. Yezzi, of course, because you live here, and this is the kind of shit that you have to deal with. Father Colin, because you're the de facto religious leader of the community. Of course, the captain of the guard, and Fianna here to represent the spiritual needs of the accused. The problem with all of this is that Nonus Pansa, the victim, while nobody here in Gostvik has a great deal of money or wealth, names are still important. So this is a political problem for the Dominus, and he's just kind of passed it down. Like, as soon as the shit went down, he was like, "You guys handle this. These are your people and or your job. You don't need to bother me." That's my child. Sorry.
He got so sad. I was like, "Go to bed," and he's like, "I just wanted to give you tea."
Oh yes, gaming while parent. As it is. So yeah, like I said, the four of you here in this waiting area, as one of the other guardsmen is going to fetch her from her cell and bring her out, so that you guys can sort of figure out what you want to do with her. Outside, it sounds like word has already started spreading that this shit went down, and the people, like the newcomers, kind of view the Varda as barbarians and savages, and lower than them. So, you know, kind of the worst attitude that they could possibly have is like, we knew this was coming. You know, eventually one of them was going to kill us. And now now it's sort of happened.
Has the investigation already been completed?
There's not much investigation. I mean, like, I guess,
It just is what it is.
yeah, like,
Do we know how it went down? I guess is my question.
it's pretty cut and dry. Like, there was a physical altercation. The girl, like, was clearly beaten, right? Like, there was a fist fight, and so she's not in great shape. As far as like physically, it's not like she went there to murder this guy. It's more likely that, you know, the guy probably tried to hit her, and like they got into a fight, and she just happened to be like find the rock nearby. I mean, that's kind of what was reported to you.
Okay.
When you went to pick her up, or when you were called in, somebody else had sort of answered the call. You were drug out of bed to deal with it. But of course, you know, she was pretty much immediately like grabbed, thrown in chains, chucked in a cell. And I guess I shouldn't say they're going to get her. They're kind of like none of your the like regular soldiery is real sure what to do. This is Aldwin's sort of province here. So that's
I didn't know that was a word.
What province?
I had to Google that. No, soldiery.
Oh,
I thought it was more of like an adjective than anything. Why? You're looking rather soldiery today.
wait, was it a word? Was I right? I was just making sure.
Yeah, no, soldiers collectively is your soldiery.
Oh, so it's a noun. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I know
Oh,
what
we
I'm
learned
talking about.
something today.
It is not an adjective. Not an adjective.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, there you are. You're here. You can hear. She's like really the only one down here. Most people, you know, are picked up for being too drunk or something dumb, and then, you know,
Or have already been murdered.
yeah, or have already been murdered. Like there's not exactly a huge prison population in Gostvik, because there's not really a huge population in Gostvik. Yeah, so you can kind of hear her like groaning and sobbing from sort of in the there's like a door with iron bars between where you guys are and the actual cells, and then the cells are, you know, just chambers with cage doors on them. And you can see the light flickering from inside from the torches, and then yeah, outside you can hear, like, even muffled by the stone walls of the fort that you guys are in, you can hear like angry shouts as the word, like, as the villagers kind of gather more of themselves.
The natives or the newcomers?
The newcomers, because they're
are
like,
gathering.
one of those barbarians finally killed us, you know, finally killed one of us, and so they're like, they seem to be upset that you didn't just like execute the girl on the spot. whether she deserved it or not. So, what are you doing?
Is it fine if I know her? Like, if she and my son had known each other?
Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty good idea about the sort of people in the village. Even if you haven't, like, spoken to her before, you've probably heard the name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And we've been ordered to take care of this problem?
It's kind of the standing order for Aldwin, you know, to basically be the cop for
Okay.
for the place. I imagine that it's one of those situations like, you know, as soon as like something important happened, then people started talking, and you know, servants or soldiers or locals, whoever, like immediately ran to get the authority figures. Everybody went to go get the adults. And so here's the 4 adults in the room.
Sad lot of adults. So yeah, Yezzi. Dustin, what's your character's name again?
Aldwin.
Aldwin. And Nicole, what's your character's name?
Fianna.
Fianna? With a
Fianna.
Okay.
Fianna Signy.
Yeah, I thought of a last name.
Like it.
Yeah. So Yezzi shows up and she's like, let me see her. Let me see it. Let me see what's the girl's name again?
Saxa. Saxa.
You've been talking about this whole time and I took no notes. Yeah, let me see Saxa.
So I'm gonna let her in because Yezzi and I have a standing relationship as far as the
You forget yourself, sir.
not that kind of relationship.
She is married, good
A
sir.
professional.
She's a widow.
I am grieving. Yeah, no, Yezzi's just in black. She's like,
Just
standing
constantly,
relationship.
He died like years ago. What is?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to allow her in.
Yeah. So sure. Like, are you getting the girl out of the cell, or just like?
No, I'm going to let her in because I'm going to keep the girl in the cell for now and make sure she's comfortable and protected.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is about as safe as you can be here, because, I mean, unless the people outside rush the door or something. But they're just farmers armed with torches and pitchforks. That's never hurt anybody. But yeah, like it's a small prison. You open the door, and there's a couple of steps leading down, and Sox has kind of been placed in this stone cell. There's a small like straw pallet kind of in the corner. A bucket. It hasn't been that long, so it's not like she's been like kept in this cell a prisoner forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as soon as you come in, she's kind of huddled against the back wall, and you can see like scratches and stuff on her arms, and when she looks up, you can see that like part of her face is puffy, and bruised, from where she'd clearly been hit. And she looks up. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of looks up, and when she sees you, like her eyes kind of narrow, like she doesn't know if you're here to help her, or kind of which side you're on.
Yeah, I just kind of approach her slowly, like arms out, like, come here, child. It'll be okay. Just talking soothingly.
Yeah, and she like she gets to her feet. You can tell that she's like favoring one leg. She won't put all of her weight on it. And she just looks up, and she's like, "Are you here to free me? You here to let me out?"
I'm gonna do my best, hon. I have to convinced that oh.
Someone just got
Whose
married.
that was.
Yeah, no, I have to. I'm working on it. Like, we are going to get you out of here. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. Oh my God, you're beat to hell. Like, are you okay?
Yeah, and she's just like she just starts like babbling her story at you.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, he knocked down one of the barrows, and I went to talk to him about it to get him to stop, and he just hit me and told me to get out, and I tried to defend myself, and he just kept hitting me, and I didn't know what to do, and the rock was there, and and then like
Yeah, if she lets her, like, I'm just gonna embrace her, and like, I just want to soothe her. Like, telling her I'm on her side. I believe her. It was self-defense. She didn't do anything wrong.
yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna let a thing happen to her.
yeah, and I think at this point she's like, once she kind of gets it all out, and you're actually somebody who's apparently being friendly, like, she just kind of breaks down.
It's over.
Yeah. There's.
Does she, like, is anything broken? Is she just kind of battered?
Yeah, it looks like, you know, it was a standard, like, they got into a
Standard
fist fight.
beating?
Just a
Standard beating.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, she's hurt, and like one of her eyes won't quite open all the way, but it doesn't look like anything's broken.
That's standard for beating.
God.
It wasn't like she was cruelly beaten to death. It was somebody trying to show how
Clearly not.
fucking dominant they were, and wound
Yeah.
up just losing.
Got beat by a 16-year-old.
Yeah, and then I think
Yeah.
I think Colin and Fianna probably sort of arrive here, not quite at the same time, pretty close to the same time. The two of them have had to, like, you've managed to squeeze your way through the angry mob outside.
Well, I imagine the angry mob is a tiny bit scared of me.
Yeah, probably. Being a sorceress and somebody who trucks with the dead, I don't know how the path of virtue views necromancy, but
Probably not well.
Something along the lines of blasphemy, I'm sure.
well,
You might want to hurry up before they start throwing rocks at you too.
but yeah, like you the two of you managed to get in before any serious.
Did the crowd look like it was getting ready to rush things, or is it just like milling about?
No, it's still not a huge crowd, but you know, this is news traveling at the speed of foot, and some of the farmsteads are pretty far out, but
We'll fox them.
it's a surprising amount of people for, you know, the first couple hours after something's happened, and you can, it's one of those things where you can tell, like, oh, this crowd is only going to get bigger.
I'm gonna make my way out and try to disperse the crowd.
Actually, I was gonna talk to you before you get outside. Like, I was gonna come find Aldwin.
Actually,
If
that's
possible.
fun.
What if you guys, like, you get as Aldwin's like, fuck, I gotta go deal with this, and Colin's like coming in being like, I should probably talk to Aldwin about this.
Yeah.
Like right there, kind of in the past the gates in the courtyard. Like, you're coming in, Colin's coming in as Aldwin's coming out.
I'll kind of stop and nod at him and say, Captain,
Father?
quite a crowd you got growing here.
Yeah, I'm about to take care of that.
If words can sway them, that's great. But I think they might be a little too hot tempered. And I think the crowd's only going to be growing. If you can't disperse them now, I think we should move the girl away from here so she and your guards that are at the station are not in danger.
Oh, hopefully it won't come to that. Let's take it one step at a time.
Okay. I'll hold the door open for you if you want to go adjust the crowd.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I want to move towards the crowd to disperse it.
Okay. Do we want to follow Aldwin out or Colin in?
I'm going to probably follow Colin in because I don't know if I can really do anything with the new local crowd, other than piss them off.
Apparently,
Lost
all
the
there
Christian.
you are.
There we go.
So yeah, I'll go in with Fianna.
What I
as well.
miss?
Nothing. We were just figuring.
Your character died.
Yeah, you
Me.
did. Yeah. I shot you in the face with a crossbow again.
Oh
Sorry.
no, actually, the
I knew
16-year-old
you'd
killed you.
again. You fucker, you're always shooting me in the face of shit.
Did anybody
Wait,
else just lose?
Phrasing.
No, he's still there for me.
I lost Matt.
I still have him.
I still have him as well.
All right. Hang on.
Father Colin is typing.
Oh,
Jesus
he's back.
All right.
And Matt's gone. And Matt's back.
I have no Matt.
What in the... And he's gone again.
I feel like I should be eating popcorn instead of M&Ms.
Now he has an orange tint.
Yeah, I was going to say he's back. What is happening?
I don't know. He's like I've got nothing for him.
Yeah, I have a black square.
I see him. He's just very red.
Yeah.
That's very racist.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's gone. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back.
This isn't Peter Pan. You can't say that shit anymore.
hey, Kristen.
Better dead
What?
than red.
If you still can't see or hear Matt, go to the settings.
The reconnect again?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. I still have Matt.
Yeah, I got no Matt at all.
He's going to quit his browser and reboot.
He's gone. We lost him. Sorry, Nicole.
You know, my favorite part of when somebody has to do that is that it shifts all of the images, so everybody's picture ends up over somebody else's name.
I have Matt, but I don't think he has you guys.
He looks
Yeah, I have no
frustrated.
Matt.
There goes Shaun. There he is.
Nope, I still can't see Matt. That's so weird.
Matt's going
Matt's
to
gonna-
restart his computer.
Yeah.
All right.
The gremlins have struck.
So,
I like
let's
load
go.
stuff. It's fun.
So while we're waiting for that, Nicole, what's Fianna doing?
I'm just making my way to the girl. I nodded politely at both men and continued on my way.
Hey guys, why don't you guys just keep doing your man thing?
Yes, keep doing the man thing, and I'm over
right.
here.
Sure. So yeah, you come in into this sort of prison cell or prison area, and you can see the girl just like huddled like against Yezzi, but Yezzi, you're outside the bars and she's inside the bars.
I thought Dustin opened it up.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
I let her in. Basically, I have the guards letting her have.
Okay, so
reign over them.
okay, I did. Yeah, no, that's fine. Then the two of them are kind of at the edge, at the door to the cell. With
Excuse me.
Yezzi doing her best to comfort.
Fantastic.
There he is.
I'll
I have everyone back. Thank God. Okay.
There you go.
Well, we defeated the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slew the dragon.
Oh, I didn't get to roll in the loot. Oh.
Burning wheel game over.
We can't
We
keep you in
won.
the cage like an animal moose. You're named after an animal, moose.
Is he in the chat?
Yeah, he's Sam's in Twitch chat, which I have open.
Is he complaining? Is he being a bitch? Are you being a bitch, Sam?
No, well, I don't know about that.
Well, kind of.
Rude.
Sean says.
Well, yeah. So, Fianna, just to catch you up, Matt, and then immediately after this, we'll bounce back to Aldwin dealing with the angry mob. So, Fianna had just kind of like when you stopped to talk, she went ahead and went in where Yezzi was consoling Saksa.
And I'll greet both Saksa and Yezzi. I'm assuming I probably know them both. I know Yezzi, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I figure since you're here, like we can start kind of going over, making sure, there's nothing major, nothing that we can do, just not bleeding or anything.
right.
Yeah, and do both of you guys have like some healing stuff, right? Like field dressing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the most part, she's hurt but okay.
I do not have any healing thing.
Well, that's
I can go forge you something.
Don't let her use magic.
I just assumed that you had herbalism. Like it just seemed like a thing that you had.
Yeah, I
She
have
would have
field
if she'd
dressing
gotten
and
crazy
anatomy.
rich, but she
Yeah,
didn't
or
go
mad
crazy
summoner
rich.
since I went the court summoner.
Oh, that's right.
It's okay. I can do anything so long as it's not hitting anything at all.
Same.
As long as you don't have to punch anybody, you're fine.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So the girl seems to be physically okay. Like I said, pretty traumatized by the whole experience. She's very clearly never killed anybody before.
On the plus side, she now gains a point of steel.
Murdered somebody. In
It's
cold
okay,
blood.
honey. You have another steel now.
No, this wasn't in cold blood. This was an act of desperation, according to her, anyway. I don't know how much you believe her. Dustin's head is caving in. God damn it.
Oh, I'm caffeine withdrawals. I'm quitting.
Go Shaun. Oh, there he is.
There I am.
I thought Matt was frozen and just making like the weirdest face. You look like an angry toad for a second.
Wow.
This is going
We are
great.
the best at burning wheel.
I cannot
Just rocking
get
it.
freaking Matt back.
Connecticut.
Yeah, I can't get Matt.
Matt is frozen.
Yeah, next time.
Is he frozen or is it? Oh, I thought his face was just stuck. Oh.
Give it a second. Let's see if it comes back. I got nothing. No.
So I'm trying to respond to Sam in the Twitch chat room, but it's saying something about auto mod. Have I broken the rules already?
That was fast.
Your message is being checked by mods and has not been sent.
There is.
But I asked if Sam looked like a bitch to you. I'm gonna get banned the day I join.
No, it's a moderator bot.
I can hear Matt restarting his computer.
Nice.
Can you hear it by the cussing?
I hear the dong of the apple.
Oh,
I typed something in and it didn't say anything about auto moderation.
maybe you didn't call Sam a bitch.
That's
Yeah,
I think you got banned.
Can't call people bitches on the first day.
That's why I can't work in an office anymore.
that is pretty great. I'll have to see
That
if
one
I
worked. I guess I just can't ask if Sam looks like a bitch to you.
can... All right, there we go.
Sorry, Sam.
All right, so while we're waiting for Matt to restart yet again, like I said, the two of you have made sure that Saxa is okay.
Well, Yezzi is. I'm just mostly holding Sox's hand at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just soothing. And did they pretty much fill me in on what happened?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
We don't have to repeat the story every time somebody comes into the room. There's Matt.
And I'm red again.
That's okay. Just
So mad at this game, I'm red.
just
You're like
stay
the
red.
worst Hulk. Like you don't get big, you just turn red.
Kind of
What's up with your computer, dude?
It's not the computer. It's something with Roll20 right now.
All right. So
Do Dustin's thing.
okay.
Because if you let me do something, it'll be a long time. So do.
Well, depending on how I handle this mob situation, it may be.
Yeah, that's really what I want to
to
see. I want to see if the character makes it till next week.
Dustin, are you gonna roll the fear?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll my oratory and my intimidation.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Fuck
head
off.
out. The fort is kind of placed up on the highest point in this village. It's kind of on a small hill, and it's a wooden stone kind of group of buildings, like a central keep, and then some outbuildings for like lodging and household staff, that sort of thing. And then the whole thing is surrounded by wooden palisades, and then a gate, acting as the main entrance. It's not like a giant castle with a drawbridge or anything like that. There's a couple of archers up on platforms on the inside of the palisades. I'm sure everybody loved hearing me smack my microphone.
Didn't even hear it.
Well, that's because it's on a shock mount, so fuck yeah. Sorry. And then the crowd, like you can hear them as soon as you get outside. And you come to the gate. The gate's currently closed, and there's kind of a couple of steps that you can actually step up, and there's a place where you can look out.
Okay.
With the idea of you can see who's out there without actually having to open the gate.
Yeah, and let the flood in.
Yeah, right. And so, like as you kind of peek through this viewport, you can see 20, 30 people kind of down at the base of the hill. There's a handful of guards, maybe half a dozen, that are trying to sort of keep them at bay without actually resorting to holding their pikes down at them. And it's pretty much what you expect. It's a bunch of farmers, all citizens of the Imperium, who are you can hear shouts of barbarian murderer and executor. Somebody cries, "Justice! We need justice!" Outside, if you can tell that shit's like in that in that brief space before it like legit gets out of hand, because the
Someone.
the six
It's coming
guardsmen,
to a head.
yeah, the 6 guardsmen down there are either going to start like having to resort to using actual force against farmers, or they're just going to get overwhelmed.
Is there a place I can address the crowd from
Sure, there's
without having to go outside?
yeah, there's platforms kind of. It's almost like scaffolds on the inside with wooden platforms at the top of the palisades.
All right, I'm definitely gonna get up there and try to address the crowd.
Sure. So yeah, you get up there, and it's at this point, it's like it's that. It was kind of in the middle of the night when Saxa had been brought in, and so now it's kind of that gray of early dawn. So you can kind of see these people down the hill from your vantage point. What is it that you want to accomplish? What's your intent here?
My accomplish is to disperse the crowd.
Okay. And how do you go about that? What's that look like?
So basically, I'm going to go up on top and be like, "Okay, everybody, you need to calm down." I'm going to yell this because obviously they're already yelling. I'm going to attempt to calm them down and tell them that we have the situation completely under control and they're accomplishing nothing by being here.
Okay. That sounds like oratory to me.
Oh man, almost like an ugly truth fork thrown in if that was available.
I do not have ugly truth.
The obstacle of oratory is the most common will exponent in the crowd.
They're farmers.
They're farmers.
Yeah. No, they've and these aren't even like the important people. It's obtu.
Can I fork command in, since I'm commanding the crowd to disperse? Or is that only for like people under my direct order?
I think command. Yeah, I'll give you command.
Okay. And how do I fork that in? I just the extra value I put 1 or input value.
Yeah. So it'll you click there and it should say modifiers.
Yep. Just put 1.
Yep.
No Arta.
And the ob is 2. So before you roll, if you fail, then they're not satisfied with being told to go home, and they're not accomplishing anything.
What? People don't want to
want to accomplish something.
Yeah, they are going to want to accomplish something, and they're going to they're going to rush against the dudes that have the couple of pikemen that are down there.
Don't fuck this up, Dustin.
Shut up!
Don't
put
real
pressure
quick,
on
Shaun.
me.
Do we have any Fader Persona to start this with?
Oh yes, I should do that. We'll do 2 Fate, 1 Persona.
And for those of you not accustomed to Roll20 sheets, that's on the stats and skills page, middle of right hand side.
Oh, do I think I'm going to get any 6s?
Well,
Probably not.
You don't have to spend fate beforehand. You can spend fate after. You have to spend persona before, but you can spend fate after.
Oh, I only got 1 success.
1 success
Really, Dustin?
and no 6s. 1 5.
Good times, everybody.
Good
times.
times.
We're gonna start the day off with a riot.
I was even
Persona,
thinking of-
Persona allows me to roll one more die, though, correct?
Yes, but you have to spend Persona before you roll. You can spend Fate
Oh,
after.
well. Well, shucks.
Yeah, so you can hold on to that Fate until you roll 6s. But Persona, you have to be like, man, I could really use that extra die right now.
Well, we'll see what happens. I may use it soon.
But you do get to mark that routine test.
Yay.
Also, handily enough, this system actually calculates that for you, which is handy. So yeah, you
Yeah, it does.
You're like, you're accomplishing nothing here, and like these angry farmers are not fucking having any of that shit today. They one of them in the front and like maybe late 20s, early 30s woman. You kind of realize at the last moment is the victim's wife, Stacia. You know,
sorry, I think you meant widow.
widow, the victim's
Widow.
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 You know, she
Not rubbing it in at all.
she like fucking glares back up at you, and she's just like, we demand justice, I demand justice, and like she starts booking it forward, and one of the guards, like, you see for a minute like that look of panic on somebody who's not used to like, oh shit, what do I do? These aren't
Not used to a mob, yeah.
yeah, this isn't the enemy, this isn't war, I don't know what to do. And he's like, just kind of points his pike at the, you know, down at the first sign of trouble. Stacia gets past him, but one of the other farmers like just takes it in the gut before this crowd of 35 people like just freaking shove past them and start booking it up the hill towards the gate. You can hear the archers that are stationed on the palisades. You can hear that the creak of bowstrings as they knock arrows. Fortunately, they're disciplined enough to not.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna yell at them to
fire.
hold. Do I, from where I'm at, do they look like there's any possibility they're gonna make it through the gate?
Probably not this group, but you can definitely, like, you can see kind of in the distance, you know, the dark silhouettes of more people approaching. You know, they're gonna show up as these people start rioting, basically.
Okay.
Meanwhile, inside.
Walking in. Do we know what's happening yet?
You know, you guys. So, Fianna and Colin, you had already seen the mob starting to form up as you were coming in, and then Colin went out. As you're kind of in there, you hear, like, you can't hear actually what's being said. There's just too much. There's too much space, and I'm sorry. I'm such a mean father. Yeah, there's too much space and stone to hear anything more than you know, muffled voices. But you can definitely hear Aldwin get out there and yell, bless you. And then a short time later, a whole bunch of noise.
Like a roar.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
from the city.
Yeah.
I know the sound of riots when I hear one.
You used to be the one starting them.
I mean, sometimes. So, what else are you gonna do on a Sunday? So I'm gonna head down and I'll see Yezzi and Fianna there. And as I'm hurrying in, I'm gonna glance around. Is there a guard on duty or like a key somewhere, like on a desk or hanging on a hook on the wall or something like that?
There's I mean there's some guardsmen there.
Okay.
Don't you be stealing from my guardsmen.
I do what I want.
I will
I'm a priest.
punish you.
I'm a priest. God wants it. I need it for God. He wants it right now. So anyway, I will come up to Yezzi and Fianna, and first I'll say, how is she?
Well, she
Sorry, I was
beaten,
muted.
so she's not doing so great.
She'll be
Well,
okay as long as we keep the mob out there from getting to her.
That might be a problem. I heard Aldwin try to order them back, and then lots of loud, angry screaming, and possibly the sound of a gate rattling.
From the outside, you hear everything's fine. Nothing to see here.
How are you?
As the door opens, you distinctly hear him yelling, "Hold!"
I think having her here is a danger not only to her, but the guardsmen stationed here and the farmers that could get hurt trying to rush this. I think it's safer if we move her out of here somewhere where the villagers won't immediately know to find her. And
I don't disagree.
I look at one of the guards and I say, "You there, constable, private, whatever your rank is."
Constable?
I don't know. I don't know what they're
Constable
called.
Biggles.
Mr. Biggles. Let's say,
He's like,
yes. Come here, son. I can call people son. Come here, son.
All right, father.
That's me.
Oh, daddy. He likes to hear that.
I'm gonna say this girl's life is in danger right now.
Pop
I
out.
know as a loyal citizen and servant of the law, you would not wish harm to come to her if it were not, legally in injustice to do so. I say we need to move her before the crowd breaks through the gates.
You not command my forces.
yeah. The dude's like, I'll do respect, father. I'd be happy to help you as soon as the commander says it's all right.
The commander is out there trying to stop the crowd, but if he fails, they will come through here with whatever weapons they have, and
He won't fail.
That was so evil. I lacked any confidence. I got this.
Outside, you definitely hear like bodies like hitting up against the gates, and as more people come up and are joining. Sorry, continue.
and I'll say, oh shit. Okay.
It's not a very Christian thing.
I'll say, what did you do before you were a guard? Were you a soldier?
Yes, sir.
So you know common tactics such as outnumbering. There's several dozen at least farmers out there, and their numbers are growing. If they come through here, they're gonna want to hurt anybody that's in their way. If we can move the girl now out of back door,
sir, if
she'll be
you-
safe.
We're not running off with her. All we are doing is trying to get her someplace safe. Now, you're the guard. You're not the guard of this cell specifically. You're the guard of her, so just come with us, and you can guard her someplace safer than this.
This sounds like ugly
Because
truth.
if we don't, you'd think everything sounds like ugly truth.
I was gonna say ugly truth with a persuasion helping die from Yezzi. that is what this situation.
Does he have ugly truth?
I don't know.
I will start opening it right now.
I guess he's opening it.
Perception.
Ugly truth. I believe it is based in perception. Yes, it is based in perception.
Could I make a slight tweak to that? Can I exaggerate the numbers and make it like, oh, there's a score of them out there, and the whole town's out there, and if they come in and well, I can't because I can't fork into beginner's luck. Never mind.
Nope. But you can be helped. Also, Nicole, I couldn't tell if you were trying to talk, and we talked over.
I was thinking, at this point, going to go find.
Is she not frozen?
Aldwin.
No,
See
she's
if he
not
can-
frozen.
I think she's been frozen.
No, she's talking right now.
Maybe just for me?
Can you hear me?
Crazy. Let me fix that. Hang on.
I hope she comes back from me.
It's a very angelic pose. I have her frozen.
All right. So, do you want to try to help us with this guard at all, Nicole? I'll take any helping dice I can get on my beginner's luck test.
Yeah, I'll try to help.
How?
Please.
Let me think. Let's do some nice persuasion. Like, do you hear what's going on out there? Do you want her to be torn apart? Because if the mob gets in here, that's what's going to happen.
That's graphic.
Well, I'm not wrong.
You don't go up against the mob. You never go against the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's totally legit persuasion help. Yes, I'm assuming that well, let me not assume. What's your intent here?
I want him
There.
to let her out and come with us to get her to safety.
Okay.
Preferably her parents' house, but there's other places she can go. Maybe the church. You know what? Let's go to the church for now. Temporarily take the church.
If you fail, then this dude's like, he's going to believe you that shit is about to get real outside. But instead of being like, yeah, no, I will totally let you out and lead you around
He's gonna flee?
the angry bomb. No, he's going to be like, you're right, it is dangerous out there. You guys are going to be safer in here.
Lockdown.
Good. Yeah.
Cool. Do it. You can have him die for me for persuasion.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I wanted to make sure that was what you were going for. So that's ugly truth with 2 help dice. Obstacle. Stating the obvious worst possible outcome is ob 1. So beginner's luck, that's an ob 2 test.
Jesus.
Nice.
It was an ob 4.
I must have auto doubled it for me. It didn't used to
Yeah.
do that, so it auto doubled.
Yeah, sorry. So yes, that should have been ob 2. So every so Yezzi and
Well, but it's. Oh,
I'm gonna need to smack
we're
the
going
shit out of
against
my
mob
guards.
too.
you guys
Or one.
you guys get 1.
We're just like real persuasive.
So it's a routine.
You're a bunch of randos besides Yezzi.
Oh, 5 skills of 5.
Oh, that's right.
Add 2 helping dice.
Add 2 help dice.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Just not that it matters now. I just couldn't remember where that threshold was.
Yes.
Is Kristen's video like 20 seconds behind for anybody else?
It's a little off. It's probably because she's on Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
It's all black for me. I'm gonna have to reboot when it's not my.
Am I?
again.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah, I guess.
she's good now.
Yeah. So the dude like kind of looks out at towards the door that leads to outside, and then back at the 3, well, I guess 4 of you, and hesitates for a minute, and then he's like, "All right, fine, get the girl. I'll make sure the way's clear."
Okay, he gives us the keys.
Yeah. Well, I
Cool,
mean,
yeah,
she was already outside of the cell. Like the cell had already been unlocked.
I am imagining things wrong.
Yeah, way to go. Way to imagine wrong.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Where did you
ready.
fake the wrong
I
one?
will take my
Is it?
cloak
Is
off
my
myself,
stuff still messed up?
drape it over her.
You're behind again for me. Matt can't see you.
Okay. Shaun, if I leave roll 20, does it fuck up your?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
That's my hand for your fancy shit that
Right.
you're doing with the
Right.
streaming and the people.
Right. Fancy shit.
I'll stop.
And she froze.
She froze. Just...
She's coming back in, Matt.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll give her
Is
a
she
second.
locking all the way out and logging all the way back in?
I don't know. She froze, so
Yeah.
maybe.
Question mark?
We'll see. Give her a minute.
So the guard's going to see if the. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of making sure the way's clear, and then once he's sure that there's no immediate danger, turns back to you guys and is like, "All right, come on, let's roll out."
Okay, we'll follow.
How ugly is the mob getting?
It's getting pretty ugly out there.
It's getting really real.
It's getting pretty real. Has Kristen come back for anybody yet?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
She dropped out all the way. Hopefully she'll come back.
Yeah,
in
she
all the
just
way.
did. So meanwhile, outside, the mob, it was already in the process of growing. There's probably another it's probably up to 40, 50 people by now. And it's an unruly mob, right? So they're they don't have battering rams, they don't have siege engines, they don't even have freaking weapons. They just are kind of slamming themselves against the gate, howling for you to open it up.
I guess we'll just go ahead and dump the boiling oil on them.
Jesus.
That'll disperse them.
As this is going on, the rest of your companions have managed to come out, kind of in the background behind you, but you hear footsteps coming up on the rocky ground, kind of behind you. Are you still up on the palisades?
Yeah, I'm still up on the plinth.
Yeah, and you hear a familiar voice just being like, Is what's what seems to be the trouble, brother?
Wah, 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 wah.
Nothing.
the,
Nothing to see here.
the gate rattles again,
Ignore me.
and you can hear
Ignore me.
like shouts, "Bring her out! Bring her out!" And yeah, looking down, you see your brother. He's older than you. How old is Aldwin?
I'm 25.
He's 25. So Numerius is probably in his late 30s, early 40s. He's not quite middle aged, but approaching. The Dominus just showed up on the scene, Kristen. Everything okay?
Sorry, this is
Whoa.
in the front yard. That's where I was. Oh, ball sacks.
I heard a spooky sound. Kristen looked off to the side, and then she turned into a robot.
That's pretty cool.
Now she's gone.
Now she's gone.
And she's gone.
Spoopy.
So Numerius is creeping up to 40. He's one of those guys he's not very tall, and it would be easy to confuse him with being kind of fat. But he's
stout.
Not, yeah, he's stout. He's like
He has the plastic breastplate that sucks the fat into the shape.
No,
of
he
muscles.
does not. Shut up, Matt.
he is not Immortan Joe.
How do I
Immortal
sound?
John.
Am I
He's
there?
not Immortal
Yes,
John.
you
Good
sound
now.
much better.
You're good now.
Yeah, and
So, hard, we took Soxa.
yes, Saksa.
We're in the middle of taking Soxa away, but right now Aldwin's brother has shown up and like, what's wrong? What's going on, brother?
Oh, he's out with Dustin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, brother, we're trying to get the situation under control. I do not want to have to resort to bloodshed, but we cannot get the farmers to cooperate with us.
You know, as yet again, like you actually hear like the sound of you know, the first little bit of wood cracking, and just like not like it's going to go immediately. It's a pretty stout wooden gate, but you know it can only withstand so much. And he looks at it, and then looks over at you, and he, oh shit, that's thunder. That's what's going on outside. I thought it was the dogs running up and down the stairs or some shit, but no, that's thunder.
No, didn't you? Yeah, there's this amazing thunderstorm happening, and I seriously thought somebody was in the yard, and that's why it took me. Like, I had to switch computers.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
waiting for this one to boot, and I was like, someone's out there! We don't get thunderstorms. That's not a thing that happens here. They're very exciting.
What state you guys live in?
Northern California. The whole state's going to be on fire.
Yep.
It's great.
Red Bluff, California.
Okay.
So yeah, he Numerius kind of looks at the gate, then looks back at you, and he kind of gives a half shrug, and he's like, seems the easiest solution would be to give them what they want.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the girl is not in the wrong.
He says, neither was our gate.
Well, out of character, how much sway does he have over the town?
Pretty much all of it. I mean, but only because, you know, if it really came down to it, he could just like call out like the legit forces and like institute martial law.
Well, yeah, well, I don't want it to come to that. I'm just saying, like, would it be more effective if I had him say something?
Well, maybe. But he's pretty much a tyrant. Like, you know that he's kind of a tyrant.
Oh, I'm aware.
But you also know that he's the kind of guy that, like, if it takes some blood to pacify the crowd, then that is a much easier solution than dealing with like full-on insurrection. He has the rank and power, but you're the far more moral of the two of you. He is very pragmatic.
Brother, if you could... And Kristen's gone to watch the storm. Brother, if you could at least just tell them to go home and we will have an announcement about what is going on and what has happened, it would be much easier than having to defend the gate. They will listen to you. And I know speak too good.
He gets a really annoyed look on his face, and he's like, "I gave you these responsibilities because I thought you could handle them. Do I have to come and do your job for you, brother?" And he starts.
No, but do you want? Okay.
he starts climbing the ladder up to the plinth where you're standing. Like they back off a little bit when they see him, and he is taken to wearing kind of the sort of patrician garb, like of somebody who's technically above his station. He's got like a white tunic that's trimmed in purple. You wouldn't be caught dead wearing that shit in the Capitol when you didn't have.
Oh yeah, in an actual situation like that. Yeah.
Right. But they kind of quiet down a little bit. They at least stop slamming their bodies against the gates. For the moment. But before he addresses them, he looks at you, and he's like, "We'll have a discussion about this."
Well, I know my station, so I just sit there and on.
And he turns toward the crowd, and he's like, raises a hand and calls out, "Citizens, do not worry, justice will be done. Give us some time to consult with our religious leader, find out what God would have us do. We are a pious people, and it would not this sort of unruliness does not become us. Rest assured that your slain brother will have justice." It doesn't seem to completely satisfy them, but they do back off. Like,
my favorite part of that is like the timbre in your voice and the echoiness of your office right now.
Yeah, it works.
You made it like
perfectly.
a proclamation.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. They don't disperse, but they at least get less violent. You can kind of see some of the pikemen picking themselves up, and as the crowd kind of like thins out from that like solid mass of people trying to break down the gate, and spreads out to take up more space. You can see that there's one that first guard that had impaled a dude on his pike is lying there. His pike is still in the body of this other farmer, but he's also been trampled.
Oh, is he dead?
Oh yeah, they both are. And
Job
you
already.
see Numerius, like he spots it too, and he looks at you and he's like, "Soldiers are expensive, brother." And then he just gets down.
Rude.
Ow. Can I change my relationship now to hateful?
I mean, those are things that happen in play.
Yeah, no, it just happened.
In play.
And then he like before he leaves the scene, he turns back to you and he says, if you see the Jarl's widow, let her know I have some things I'd like to discuss with her. And then he like, he doesn't wait for an answer. He just turns back and heads inside. While all that was going on, the three of you, Colin, Yezzi, and Fianna, and Saxa, and this other rando guardsman. Do we need to name him?
Billiam.
It's seriously raining out there, babe.
Is it really?
Yeah, and I'm having trouble.
You
staying
poor
here.
Californians.
Right.
No, it's been like 115 for 3 years straight.
It's.
I want to be out in the rain.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't rain in the summer.
That is absolutely true. This guy's name is Oppius.
Obvious?
Oppius. Oppius.
Oh wait, no, I'm the captain, so he's like Sergeant Obvious.
Oh my god.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have him take her to my church. Probably the close.
What's that?
It's probably close. I'll have him take her to my church.
Yeah. Is your church inside the palisade walls?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So, do you all agree that taking her to the church is the best place?
No.
I mean,
why would we leave?
Wait, hold on a second. You helped.
Pitchforks out there.
You helped him.
Well, it helped him
Get her away from the gel.
Yeah, they've sprung the accused. This is awesome. So I guess you guys can have this conversation as you're like, you don't really have to sneak, right? Like nobody's out here looking for you. But it is.
Captain might be.
The gel, is it part of the estate that I don't own anymore?
Yes. Yeah, because
Okay.
the estate it's several buildings, but it's like a very small castle.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's the nicest place around, and you've gotten quite used to it. It's quite homey, but it's not huge, and it was built for defense.
So I imagine there's some place that I would know.
Like a secret spot.
Yeah, or just like servants' quarters, just someplace you wouldn't look.
Yeah,
Do you have Castle Wise?
Well, it was mine until your fucking brother took it, so I don't think I need Castle Wise.
I think it's totally acceptable to say yes. Yeah, there's servants' entrances and whatnot. They're
Oh, no. You know where we're gonna go? Since Fianna was the spiritual advisor to my husband, I think she probably has a temple here.
I have a house and
She has a
probably
hut.
oh,
I have a
nice.
house, motherfucker.
Well, no,
Damn!
but for
She's
when
like
you
a
were
mouse.
spiritually advising, when you
Or
were
we could-
advising my dear late husband, you probably had a place of worship within the
Within
estate
a temple. And I'm imagining there's probably a burial mound too.
Well, let's not talk about that. Tender subject. Yeah, no. So that's what Yezzi's gonna like. All right, we have her. Let's take her to Fianna's temple, and I think she'll be safe there. Father Colin, do you agree?
Well planned, you guys.
I think for now, but unfortunately, I think ultimately she needs to just leave the town. She needs to
Maybe be guided through the woods.
get back to her family and just be gone long enough that eventually this dies down. Because the longer she's in this city, the more the heat's gonna rise.
No, I don't disagree. But for now, since the mobs of your people are at the gate, perhaps we should spirit her away, someplace where she'll be safe until they calm down and leave.
If you want to take her to Fianna's temple, I can try to go talk to the crowd.
It's worked well.
I'm a little better at talking than a captain. I mean, I stand up and talk to people like weekly, so
We'll see.
we'll see. You're saying the man who's going to talk to the crowd with his all B2 skills except for brawling. Okay.
Guess
I
who has
can
the
do this.
pointy stick?
I think, excuse me. I think maybe Fianna, you stay with her.
Well, I'm going to escort them to my temple.
Yeah, and then once she's at the temple, Yezzi, you are a voice in this town. Perhaps you could come and help me. We could
You know, I just these are your people, and I don't think my presence
It's going to be helpful.
to calm anything. So you go, Father Colin, and we'll stay here and take care of the girl.
Are you sure? I mean, you used to lead this town with your husband. You know.
And I don't think now is the moment we should be pushing me upon your newcomers.
One
Love
day
it when a plan comes together.
work together and God. All right, he just starts cursing.
No, I want
off.
to work with you, just not. Jesus. Okay, as soon as he is out of sight, can I circle up a contact for the forest rebels within the estate walls?
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like, be like, Fianna, you take her in, you get her settled. Like, I'm gonna look for like a servant or anybody of mine that, or used to be of mine, that has connections to get word
Absolutely.
out.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
it's raining.
So, so your intent is to find somebody who can get a message to the rebels out in the forest.
Yes.
Let's
I like it.
see. What are your life paths? Your setting?
So, hang on, I'm working on it. I had to move computers, so I don't have everything pulled up yet. I always clicked on the wrong fucking thing, and
Hey, Christian, it's raining here.
What?
It's raining.
Yeah,
Here.
fuck yourself. It stopped raining. I missed it, so thank you. My life paths are noble young lady, student, and village wife.
Okay. Yep.
But I do have a relationship.
Yeah, and if you
With
would like,
somebody.
if you had freedom of movement, you could just like
Find him.
right, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
but you're kind of stuck in a.
Can't you do like a secret bird call or something like that to call him out?
Look up here! Look up here!
Caw, caw, tookie, tookie.
Let's see. I think it's. I think we're looking at. We'll call it Ob 2. Do you have reputation or affiliation that applies?
I don't think. Well, shitty reputation, Jarl's wife. That's what you wrote in there.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just a wife. You're like my grandmother reducing me to just our son's mother.
I'm sorry. You are welcome to
No,
change
it isn't. God damn it.
I think you had written Mayor's wife, and I just changed it.
I have a 1D. I have a 1D affiliation with the Rebel faction.
Oh, nice. Absolutely. That is
Bitches.
totally legit. Yeah. So circles plus 1D. If you fail, then it's.
I run into Dominus. I guess that's a sign now.
Dominus. No, that would be too easy. No, if you fail, then the person that you've run into has turned for some reason. Either they're
Cool.
being blackmailed or threatened or something. But they're a stool pigeon.
Okay. So if I have paid no attention on how to roll anything at all so far, where would I start?
Okay, so
So it's up to I have a 3 circles and a 1D affiliation.
yeah, so the little die icon next to circles. If you open your character sheet,
Oh, on the sheet.
yeah.
Look at that
Become
shit.
cat chat.
We gave you kisses?
Okay.
So
What do I do with that?
So you click that. It'll ask you. I think it'll ask you for modifiers first.
It did nothing.
Move your character sheet out of there.
You gotta click. You gotta click on like one of the black dots on the die.
Oh,
like, for some
modifiers.
reason.
And then 1?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Arda? None. Base obstacle 2?
yep.
Mind.
God dang it. I'm apparently the only one who can't roll for crap.
Just wait, Dustin.
I'm so
Yeah.
pissed I can't use real dice, so I'm about to burn this mother down. Yeah, I got 2 on a 2.
Sweet. Yeah. So it's some servant. Sometimes they kind of cycle through. You're pretty sure that you knew the name at one point, but it escapes you at the minute. But you do know.
Really quick, Shaun,
Yes.
just more paperwork. You said that this calculates your...
Yeah. If you look in the
For you?
chat, it says it tells you what kind of test you had, and then you just click. You still have to click the bubble. It won't fill in the bubble for you automatically, but it does. If you look at the roll.
Oh,
result.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Nope,
I found a person.
that's fine. Yes, it's a servant. They kind of. Do you guys have like a secret sign or something? You know, some hand gesture or I don't know.
The hand jive.
Ow, don't bite.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
love.
sure there's like something like a hand to the chest. Yeah, maybe like a certain number of fingers. Sup, gangsta?
West side?
You throw up your gang sign, And
V for Varda.
yeah, she sorry, he surreptitiously kind of makes his way to you.
And this is somebody, I'm sorry, I was distracted by Tess. This was somebody who works in the house?
Right. But there's several like groups of people that kind of come through. It's not always the same. Like, you know, there's some servants that are here all the time and some that are in and out. This is one of the in and out ones because you didn't roll high enough to name them. So it's just a guy.
Servant number one.
But yeah, like you put out the word until he recognizes the signal,
The bat signal.
the bat signal, and then comes and he's like, is there something that I can help you with?
I need to get the girl that we're holding right now out of the city. She needs to be someplace away from these interlopers. Someplace safe. She needs passage.
At about this point, you hear the unmistakable voice of the Dominus kind of floating, coming from the Palisades, just to kind of cement this in continuity. And he says, I understand. I'd hate for something bad to happen. I will get word to my friends, and we'll make preparations.
I think I can probably get the Dominus's brother to release her if we have a plan in place.
Of course, my lady.
You know how to find me. Peace out, brother.
Yeah, and he,
She's already released. You guys released her.
No, she's still in custody. We just moved the prisoner.
just took her to a church where people are less likely to burn it down.
Well, to be fair, they took him to a church that is more likely to be burned down because they don't like their religion. And I don't think their religion has the rule.
Since they're savages, I'm sure it's made of like twigs and wood and a lot of burnable things.
Maybe if somebody had done a better job with the fucking crowd, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Hey, I didn't see you helping me with the crowd. Let me guess. You have persuasion, yes?
Yeah, you didn't ask. You were like, yeah, you hugged that girl. I'm gonna go calm
never
him
said,
down.
yeah,
Don't
you
worry, I
hugged
got
that girl.
this.
You ran in there, and I had to go deal with it by myself.
I debated giving you a helping die, but I was like, nah, I want to see what happens with this.
If you had said anything at all, I would have came in to help. But you were like, nah, I got this.
Nick, you weren't even there. You were in the cell giving hugs.
Yeah, I didn't know.
All right.
I have child rearing, all right?
Yep, and
I
you
know
were rearing the
you-
shit out of that child. You got it.
That sounds dirty, Dustin. Don't say it that way anymore.
Please don't. Please don't.
All right, so I'm gonna head back to my buddy Aldwin in the crowd.
Buddy, yes. That's the thing buddies do. Undermine their authority.
Yeah, I think.
What do you know about yet?
I think by the time that you're kind of on your way back to Aldwin, the the worst of it has gone away. I apparently can't talk now. Yeah, the worst is past. I imagine you show up as Aldwin is getting down off of his high plinth.
Yeah.
Or
Super
There's
good
still
night.
some people gathered.
yeah, they're some of them have dispersed. There's some that are kind of just around outside the gates, but it's no longer like the immediate threat of angry mob coming to burn everything down and string the poor girl up themselves.
Just a looming threat now.
Yeah. Now they're just waiting to see justice done.
Captain, how are things here?
Fine.
And I will lean into him quietly so it doesn't carry over the palisade, and I'll say, for her safety, the girl still under guard has been moved to a different location just in case they break in again or try to break in.
I yell, under whose authority?
I say, I say, it was my discretion. I convinced Sergeant Obvious to.
A-hole.
You know that's canon now.
She is currently under guard at the royal, the Jarl's barrow site.
What? So what you're saying?
I said she's under guard.
Yeah, so what you're telling me is my sergeant listened to you, even though he had direct orders.
I didn't try to go against any of your orders. You wanted
I'm
to
gonna
keep the girl
walk away
safe,
from him
yes?
and go towards the barrow.
I'm gonna step in his way and stop him.
Oh, are you gonna put up with that, Dustin?
I'm gonna shove him out of the way.
Okay, I'm threatened. I sucker punch him.
All right, so
My instinct kicks in.
Is this dangerous, Shaun? Because I got a twinge in my stomach anytime something dangerous happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Like,
Let me read it verbatim so you can do it. I always get a twinge in my stomach from impending danger.
Yeah, like as you try and push past him, like you can see that it's I mean, you basically have spidey sense, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Kind of that barely perceptible twitch as Father Colin's like hand clenches, like, or
And I do that thing where, like, I obviously look away, like I'm almost trying to distract you, and like your soldier instincts are like, sucker punch coming in.
I draw my sword immediately.
Jesus Christ!
Yes, this is gonna be so good. Okay.
Instinct 1, if I feel threatened, I draw my sword.
So his action is to draw his sword. My action is to punch him in the face.
Yep, it is.
I
drop
hope
some
your
brawling
brother
dice?
walks out in the middle of this.
What's really fun is we don't really have an affiliation, and you're assaulting a member of the law enforcement.
And you're assaulting a member of the church, good man.
So
I don't think you know what assault means.
So both of these are instincts, right? Like the sword is out as the punch is coming, so we don't have to figure out who gets what out first, right?
Does a punch get to go off before anything else happens, though, other than the sword coming out?
I imagine so, because I don't have any instinct for attacking immediately.
Right. I would say
And
probably.
my real quick. My goal with the punch is to stun him long enough that I can point out that we're just keeping the girl safe, which should be his job. But, okay, I'm not trying to knock him out.
You have a really good way of talking to people.
Bloody him, but you know.
like punch him, get it on the ground so that you can actually talk to him.
Yeah, like knock him to the ground so I can and stun him long enough that I can say a quick sentence or two, and then
Bam! Sit down and shut up. That kind of thing.
Dustin, he knows their culture, okay?
Oh God.
Okay, so that's your intent, Dustin. what's yours? Your sword is already in your hand.
My intent is to hit him with the pommel of the sword and knock him out, and then restrain him and arrest him.
Okay.
I don't know if that's too many intents at once, but I guess my major intent right now is to knock him out.
I don't know if you'll get him unconscious, but I can imagine like if he's
Stunned, like I'm trying to do with
like
you.
if he's trying to knock you on your ass and you're trying to like pommel whip him, like he's at least gonna be dazed if it gets hit, right?
Well, I mean, I'm wearing armor. He is not.
Well, yeah.
Is your face wearing armor?
That's what a helmet is.
Is it like a Roman style helmet with the?
I assumed.
Yeah, I mean
Your nose wearing armor?
My nose wearing armor.
So this sounds like versus brawling. Like when it comes down to it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just that you know you're essentially just brawling him with the butt of your sword.
Can I fork my sword into brawling?
Actually, yeah, because you are actually using a sword here. You're just
Excellent.
pommel striking, which I think is actually covered under the sword skill.
Is it literally just brawling versus brawling?
Yeah, it's a versus brawling test.
Do I get any kind of advantage for having the instinct kick in to do it, or is this his instinct negate the instinct?
I think like I don't think your instinct gives you a bonus die.
Okay.
Mostly it's mostly because had you surprised him, then maybe that would be lobbyable. But you didn't,
Which is what
because he's
Which
got
is what
that
it
sixth
normally is
sense.
for everyone else, but because of his instinct, it
Yep.
doesn't surprise.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous, Kristen, for some weird reason.
Kristen's just waiting for the stabbing to happen.
We'll see how this
soon.
goes.
All right. So one of you guys is going to have to roll to set the ob for the other one. That's the one weakness of kind of the Roll20 system, is that there's no easy way to do versus.
I can roll first. I'm going to roll poorly anyway, so. So do I put nothing for the base ob?
Right.
Well, you get modifier of 1 for sword.
Yeah,
Yes.
I already did that. Nothing for Arda. And the base obstacle, do I put it at 0 or leave it at 1?
Just
Or
leave
does
it
it
one.
matter?
It's fine.
Ooh,
3 successes. Nice.
and a 6. So I could. Do I have to open end that now?
You can wait, because normally if we were in person, you'd both be rolling dice at the same time, so you'd both be able to look at your results
Okay.
and decide whether or not you want to spend fate or not.
Wow.
Ooh, for both of you have so right now
Nice roll, Matt.
Thanks.
Father Colin is winning. Both of you have 6s. Does
I'm definitely
anybody
gonna
want
fate
to
that.
spend fate?
I do.
You do.
How do I do such a thing?
You just take 1 fate away, and go ahead and just I'd actually use the die roller.
The basic die roller and roll a d6.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, where was that again?
It's over on the left-hand
left.
side. It's the little icon that looks like a die.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Set it to a d6, and there's actually a target number. You can just set the target number to 4.
1d6 plus nothing. Target number 4.
Nice.
1 success. So right now
Okay,
you're tied.
I'm gonna attempt to spend a fate.
Well, you successfully spend the fate.
Oh, it doesn't. So we tied.
Oh, you guys tied. So
You both win! Yay!
Or either we both get what we want, or neither one of us get what we want.
yeah. So like
I don't see how it's possible to both get what we want unless we knock ourselves out.
Or we get locked in a
Yeah,
fist
that's
fight
what
that
I'm
people
hoping.
start watching. Or we get locked in a fist fight that
Ooh, I like that.
people are watching.
yeah, I think I think Colin does punch Aldwin in the face, and it as he connects, Colin, you get that that viscerally satisfying crunch of like your fist hitting flesh, which even though you don't like it, you still kind of like it.
Oh man, it's still fun.
And just as you're like, yeah, that's when like everything kind of goes white for a minute as
My head.
as the sword pommel like connects with your skull.
So we both stun each other.
Yeah, you guys are both just like. How do you guys want to solve this tie? Like, do you keep going? You can't keep going with brawl. Like, you can either.
Can I command my troops to subdue him?
I was gonna see if I could get away fast enough to get into like a crowded spot where people might not see what's going on. So if he does anything more, it looks like it's on him.
Yeah, you can't really talk your way out of a physical thing. Like you can call for people, but it wouldn't. I mean, people will come running when there's screams.
Well, you said like this is the courtyard behind the gate. You said people were watching. The only people that are around are my guards.
Sure, and servants and the like sort of household staff. Like there's people around, and yeah, guards are there too. What I'm saying is that like the immediacy of the situation takes precedence over like people running in to intervene. It's kind of a burning wheel thing. Is that you can't really like you can't social your way out of getting punched in the face.
Well, my character would not let up.
Okay, so
You can't. Remember, we can't use brawl anymore though, so we have to do something else.
That's right.
Can I intimidate him down? Because this kind of falls under my second instinct.
That's talking again, though.
That is talking down, isn't it?
Yeah, if you tried to intimidate him at the beginning, that would be. Well, I guess that was kind of countered by instincts about sucker punches.
Yeah, there was no intimidating chance. It was just.
Instincts are fast, man. Instincts fuck you, unless they don't. So, Colin, your intent here is to freaking like stumble off and then run away.
I'm gonna try to get because it's I'm gonna either try to get to where no one sees me, I can walk away, and then it's like, well, we just saw them basically punch each other at the same time. What the hell happened? Or get somewhere public. So if he tries to keep doing more, it's gonna look like it's on him.
Which one?
The second one is preferable, I think. The dark.
You want to run some like.
So you would have to run out the main gate.
Somewhere where it's
or around the back, because I mean this whole palisade's a pretty big thing. There's other people here too.
Yeah. Okay. So what's Aldwin's intent?
My intent is to send my guards after him.
Well, okay, but like are you just gonna let him run away then?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
My only option would be to pursue, but at the same time, I wouldn't be doing it alone.
Well, you can also try and stop him from running away. Like you can try and grab him
But that's a brawling.
Not
That's
necessarily.
brawling.
Because before we were punching, now we're not punching. We're doing something else.
So I can use brawling to try to restrain you.
Well, might be like power or something instead, but yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I would definitely try to restrain him.
You could knife him.
I could stab him.
See, okay.
And then my other instinct kicks in that I always fight to the death.
So the real question here is,
And Matt gets to reroll on the first night.
it's real easy to get caught up in the minutia. So the real question here is, does this physical fight continue, or do you like let him get away, get a chance to recoup your guards, and then we have a new situation? Like, because those are two distinct things. Like, if you chase him down to try and restrain him, then it's going to be a versus speed test, because you are physically going to be chasing after him to keep him from getting away.
Well,
If you
I
let
feel
him
like my
get away
character
and
would try to arrest him, so
What?
immediately chasing him.
what's that?
I feel like I would do my best to arrest him. How stunned am I?
Well, we both get over it at the same time.
Yeah.
So we both start running. At
So
the same
yeah,
time.
I would definitely chase him.
Okay, versus speed.
I'll try to run out the gate then to the people that don't like the guards right
So
now.
you are going out the gate.
They're not protecting. They're not providing justice.
Guards
why
on this
not?
side of the gate. You're not going to be able to get out of the gate.
I can get to the gate and go through the gate.
Well, let's figure out who gets where first. So it sounds to me like versus speed here.
Okay.
Because the question is, does Colin get away, or does Aldwin catch him? Right? Like this is the tiebreaker.
Yes.
And then whoever wins, like we'll see what happens from there.
God help us if it's a tie.
God help us if it's another tie. All right. If it's another tie,
I'll roll first again. No modifiers, right?
Nope.
No modifiers. No Arda. No 2 successes.
Boop. Hang on.
Oh, is 1 success is a 6. Are you gonna
Hang
burn
on.
your last fate?
No, I'm gonna trigger my lucky for the session.
Oh shit. So your lucky trait is a call on, right?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's a call on. Lets me re-roll, but once per session, and then I could re-roll the failed dice.
It's a cool trait. I like Lucky.
Oh no! I'm not lucky this time. I like to think, like, in fact, the lucky takes. It's literally unlucky. Like, I'm running and I look back and there's just this tiny little rock sticking out, and my foot hits it, and I basically.
What if like you're running because you're making towards the gate, right? And you turn around to and like for when you turn around, you see that that he's like you're outpacing him for a minute, right? And then you turn back around and realize that you've gotten to the gate, but it's not unbarred. And so, like,
At that point, I just go, well, shit, and I stand there and I put my hands up, feet pose.
You instinctually put your hands up because you've been in this situation before.
You're just like, oh shit, but he just keeps coming and like fucking slams you into the gate. Ugh.
Yep.
It's fantastic to think that, like, maybe back in your worst days, like the battle days, you would have been wearing pants and you would have just, like, scurried up the gate and you'd be cool. And now you're in a cassock and you, like, try and get a knee up. It's just the fabric's not letting you climb up.
Goddamn priest.
That is a great mental image. I love it.
Yeah, and absolutely, like as soon as you kind of take the priest down, like the rest of the guards are like, oh shit, and like come down to help. Colin, you pretty quickly find yourself outnumbered.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done trying to resist now.
Stop resisting!
I don't want suicide to
Don't
count.
chase me, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them haul him off to jail.
Don't fire me, bro. Yeah, and they'll do it too. They will absolutely do it.
Then I'm gonna make my way to where the young girl's being held. A little bloodied, very pissed off.
Yeah. Yezzi, are like once you had
I want to
found.
meet him there. I want to be like coming in just as he is.
Okay, yeah. So the two of you meet kind of at the entrance to this temple. What Nicole, what are the temples or shrines or whatever it is like? I imagine barrows are like cairns, and I also imagine like standing stones and shit in spots, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I would imagine that there's probably like almost like mummified remains, I want to say.
Draugr?
Maybe.
This all of these caves are conveniently lit by candles.
They are. It's quite handy. Yeah, there's still remains there.
I stab the remains just to make sure they don't get up and walk around.
We're not
That's-
playing
that's-
Skyrim.
That's
Oh,
real
okay.
weird.
It's fine,
Okay.
and everybody knows that you hide in the entrance and shoot those fuckers with arrows. I've shot.
So yeah, as we show up, like Yezzi stops in the doorway and she puts a hand on your face, Aldwin, and like looks because he punched you, right?
You put a hand on my face?
Nice.
Well, yeah, and like turns it softly to look at like
Oh, okay. I
what.
thought you just like slap your hand on the front of my face, like
Bitch.
what the fuck?
No, she's a mom.
Okay,
She's
okay,
like,
She's a mom.
What happened? Did they get through the gates? Are you okay?
Oh,
Yeah, I just had a priest sucker punch me in the courtyard after telling me he ordered my guards to move. What was her name?
Saksa.
Saxa.
Well,
That
yeah,
was my name.
we asked them to move her because it sounded like it wasn't going quite well out there.
It was under your authority?
It was more of a discussion that we came to an agreement about, but sure.
But you thought it was a good idea.
Yes, the girl is
All
right
right.
in here. She's fine.
I start to calm down a little bit. 'Cause,
But
Well,
come
sure.
inside, come
Because
see
I
us.
value
We brought the
you like it
guards.
when I tell you.
Matt, I don't
But we
even know
brought the
your
guards.
character.
We brought the guards so like he would know that she's fine and Fianna?
Fianna.
Shit. Fianna
Yeah.
was looking
Fiona?
after her and like tending to her wounds. It's fine. Come inside. We'll look at you and your face.
Ouch.
You and your face.
Rude.
He just got a fist. I got a pommel. Come on now.
We don't see you.
And
Well,
body
yeah,
slams
where
into the
are
gate.
You're in jail.
You're not there. You're in jail getting frisked.
Whose job is it to pat down a priest? I mean, really?
Questions. Do you have any weapons on you, Matt?
No.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way into the hut with her.
Yeah, and you come in and Fianna is in there. Oppius is kind of uncomfortably like
Eyeing the bodies.
yeah, and like he's trying to both do his job as a guard and like keep his eye on the prisoner, because ultimately he knows that if something happens, he's the one that's gonna get his head on a pike for it. But there's also corpses around, so he's trying to stand
Also dead.
on the against the wall as far away from any like corpses or weird sorcery shit that's around, and it's not working so well. And he kind of gives you a weak salute as you come in.
Yeah, Sea Captain, the prisoner is fine. Sergeant, obvious.
I glare at Sergeant Oppius to be like, next time You come to me first before you listen to some random people give you orders.
It's not yes, sir.
Look! He's a young man, and it was a stressful situation. He did his best.
It doesn't matter. There's an order of hierarchy for a reason.
I'm sure you know best, but everything is fine. Let's calm down and take care of the situation at hand. I think you and I need to have a very sincere discussion about Saksa here and what is going to happen next.
What is the plan after this?
She looks at Sergeant Obvious like,
And he's like,
you know what? It's okay. I got this. Sergeant, could you just give us a moment, please?
Sergeant, you're dismissed.
Yes.
Thank you,
sir.
Captain.
Ma'am.
Obvious.
And he wiggles his way out of there quickly, like
Whoop!
distrustfully looks at some corpses and then slips out.
Yeah. What is your plan moving forward?
I didn't have one because
Let's figure out where we stand with Saksa here. Of what mind are you at this moment?
well, my brother would rather see her dead than deal with the situation outside the gate.
She when you say that, Saksa stands up and she's just like, but I was defending myself.
No, honey, it's okay. That's just what his brother thinks. It's not what we're saying is going to happen.
She's like, you're not going to let him kill me, are you?
No,
I have no
of course
intention of
not.
letting anybody kill you.
See, you're fine. Just sit down. It's fine. It's like, okay, well, what do you plan to do? Because honestly, the tensions are so high at this point that I think if you do choose to follow your, like she's dancing around, kill this girl. If you choose to follow your brother's orders, my people are going to riot, and there will be not a thing that I can do.
No intention of killing someone who's defending themselves. However, the problem we run into is my brother has promised the unruly masses, quote unquote, justice.
And if she's gone, it just won't be a problem. She won't be with her family. She won't be an issue. What if we could remove her from the situation entirely, protect her, calm the people down? You know, they're going to get distracted. They're building farms and lives, and
I don't see any other choice but to banish her from the town for her own protection.
Fantastic. You are nothing like your brother.
Good thing that you've already got a plan to banish her.
I was gonna say, could you put that on any more of a plan? She's like, okay.
I'm not a talker.
I know some people who will get her out of town safely. I just need a little bit of time, and I need her to be safe in that time.
A little bit of what? Sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Time.
Oh, I can buy you time. But my brother was looking to speak to you.
He's always got something to talk about.
And in case it wasn't clear, when he gave you that, it actually did sound like he was being serious. Like it wasn't just like, go get her so I can glow.
Oh, I figured.
Yeah.
It was just one of those like, no, I'm busy. Yeah.
Take a number.
I'll talk to him when I am goddamn ready to talk to him.
Damn.
She doesn't say that to you, of course. But,
well, I don't care.
She's like, it's fine. I'll get around to talking to him. Let's take care of this child here.
She okay? Like I could see she's like beaten. I saw her before, but she hasn't really been tended to, has she?
We kind of looked her over.
Yeah.
I don't know if Fianna cleaned her up at all.
I tried.
Yeah, I think like you've had time. You could washing your wounds and that kind of stuff. Once the blood and dirt has been kind of washed away, like most everything else is bruises and scrapes. It's nothing serious and nothing lasting.
Yeah, everything's superficial. She'll be all right. I worry mostly about her state going forward, if you take my meaning.
No, I get it.
But
I think
there's
the
not
best thing
much
for-
we can do.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think the best thing for her is to be with her own people, as far away from my brother's reach as possible.
Agreed.
Sorry, I thought there was a kid coming down the stairs again.
He's just gonna give you the shot of tea.
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 That's one trick I
Jägermeister.
need to teach them. I wish she'd just show up with whiskey every once in a while. We can get her with her people. We can get her with people who will talk to her and understand. But it's gonna take me just a little bit of time to make that happen.
I turned to Fianna. I'm like, how safe can you keep her here?
As
Dude.
safe as you'll let me.
Does anybody
I mean-
know? Did anybody see you guys come here? Does anybody know that she's here?
I don't believe so, other than Sergeant Obvious.
Well, he's not going to say anything.
Right. And I would think that so far the new locals are staying away just because this is a spooky voodoo place, but
I'm sure the dead bodies has something to do with that.
ancestors.
How does that smell?
That's
to a foreigner?
grandma, asshole.
I imagine they're probably embalmed, right?
They are.
Sort of embalmed. Okay, so they won't.
And I mean, there's like a lot of incense burning. Like a
Not just-
lot of incense
not
burning.
just piles of corpses.
Well, but even after they've been embalmed, like, have you ever been to a natural history museum and been
Oh yeah, it's better than smell,
Right.
but it's
Yeah.
dramatically
Yeah.
better than rotting corpse.
Yeah.
And like the fresh ones are not in this room. This is more if we're in like the front of the temple, it's more of like the grates. It's basically bones.
Fresh
at this point.
ancestors.
Right. The fresh ones are kept back there.
It's the first in, last out inventory system.
FIFO.
Wow.
Uh,
Awesome. Hey, we're about 9:45, and I know that you guys are an hour later than we are, and you have like real person jobs.
well, most people.
So we should probably look
couple.
at kind of
Or bits.
wrapping this up, and then we'll go over Arda. Does that
I
sound
think this
good?
feels like a good stopping point anyway.
Is there anything else that we need to resolve before we shut down?
Matt's fine staying a night in jail.
Well, depends on when we get to talk to me, but yeah.
No, I like that that's our closing moment, that we're like, yeah, Fianna will watch over Saksa and it'll be fine, and like, I'll arrange it, you'll buy us time, and like, wait, who punched you?
Yeah, and then we immediately cut back to the cells as Father Colin's being drug in, and the loud sound of the iron bars closing.
I love how one little instinct set this whole thing up.
Yep. Fortunately, there haven't been many prisoners, so the straw is still fresh. It's one of the nicer cells that you've been in, Colin.
Yay.
It's good.
It's relatively warm.
Get your
And there's
spoon out,
lights
start
outside.
digging.
We take pride in ourselves around here.
If I have a spoon to start digging, I need a poster of Rita Hayworth first.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We could look into that. Or some sort of rock hammer.
Right. Cool. If that's it, then we should probably do Arda, and then
Oh yeah, wait. Did I get a speed test and a brawling test?
you did.
I sure did.
You got a routine
Damn.
speed.
Routines don't do anything.
Oh yeah, routines don't do anything. So
That's
brawling, I got a routine on.
Well, you guys might want to take a look at your brawlings again, because the system, because you had it rolling rolling against Ob1, it automatically put it against routine.
Yeah, you got a challenging. No, you got a 4 versus 4. We both got difficult.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I can't unselect. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. Good call. Good call. Good call.
Yep.
And I learned one of ugly
My
truth.
speed wasn't a routine either.
3 versus. Yeah, because it was 3 versus Ob1.
Yeah.
Oh, was one? No, because it was a versus.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter.
I only had 1 success, so your Ob was 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had 2 successes. My Ob was 2, but 4 to 2 is still a routine.
Okay, that's how that works.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. All right. So who's? Let's see. Let me get
Cole
back.
didn't get to do much this session.
That's okay.
I'm sorry,
Take
Nicole.
turn.
If your husband hadn't started a fist fight with the fucking police,
Well, I think she wanted to sit back when you guys were like at the burial place. She wanted to sit back and kind of see what was happening and see where it went first.
See if I needed to call up Grandma.
Grandma Manta Ray.
Yes.
Grandma Great Wolf in this setting. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And she taught me how to do that too.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's right. Because one of your schools is transformed. Sweet.
I'll Porter turn into a wolf for a test.
It's like Moana / Morgan. It's gonna be fun.
How far you've come. All right. Who wants to start?
Sure.
All right.
People will write if Saksa is executed. I must work with Aldwin to convince Numerius it was a justified murder. Sort of?
I think you guys have.
Like I petitioned.
Yeah, I think you're at least working on it. It might need that belief might need to be modified.
Yeah, it'll have to be rewritten a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'll take I see what's happening here. Okay. Sorry. I must negotiate for land my people get to keep to protect them. I haven't done that yet. I haven't tried to get my kids out of the city yet. That has not happened. Keep calm and de-escalate. Always protect Eric and ask never show weakness. I don't think any of those really came up.
You de-escalated my anger.
Yeah, but it didn't get her.
It didn't really hurt her though. Yeah.
Yeah. It did exactly what I wanted, so that's fine. Character traits: rabble rouser and collectivist.
You have rabble rouser? That's great.
I will
Yeah,
absolutely
here's
give you
rabble
a fate for rabble rouser. You roused some rabble. That's what you did.
I did. And then do the rest of them count? The rest of the traits count for fate, even though they're die and call on traits.
They can if they were particularly applicable. You tend to not look at them quite as much because they have their kind of built-in bonuses. Which traits were you looking at?
I was just looking at cool-headed.
I think you absolutely played cool-headed. I'll give you a fate.
Done good.
Take that.
I forgot about my call on traits.
That's almost it.
Okay.
I don't even have any.
I have a call on for oratory. Whoopsie doodle!
Yeah.
What do you have?
Could have saved a lot of pain, couldn't you?
What do you
Oh,
have?
crap.
Sonorous voice?
I have booming voice.
Oh, booming voice.
You got to pick one. It's one of 3 you can choose. It was oratory, command, or something else?
No, it was only 2. It was oratory and command, I believe.
I think it's an or. I think you have to pick one.
I grabbed my book, but I have a cat laying on my left arm, and I can't quite get to it.
I'm looking it up. Booming voice? Yeah. This is a call-on for conspicuous oratory or command. But you need to pick one.
So I have to pick one ahead of time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I will probably pick command.
That seems to be the most reasonable given your character.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we doing Dustin next?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, we can. Absolutely. Belief 1, I will keep Sax under my protection until the situation is resolved.
I mean, you lost her there for a while.
I mean, I tried.
Yeah, that's definitely.
You did get in a
fist.
fist fight over it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'd argue you get a fate for that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fate is working towards and Persona is succeeding, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes you wind up having to change a belief before you get a persona for it, and that's okay.
Yeah. I must convince Yezzi to ally with me in my efforts to stabilize the town. Didn't really work on that. Must find a way to bring stability and peace to this area regardless of the cost to myself. Didn't really do that.
No, I think that belief in particular might need some tightening up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like just something that's a little more.
Especially after this first session with my brother, I think I'm going to rewrite that. So.
Yeah, and that's fine. That happens a lot in the first session where nobody's exactly like everybody's feeling everything out to see where it's going to go. Like
I may change the second belief as well. So
yeah. Okay.
You won some favor with Yezzi. Yezzi was like, "Oh no, he's cool. It's fine." I mean, maybe you chopped my husband's head off, but whatever. At least we'll save Saxa.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
Look, it's a job, okay?
As long as you didn't enjoy
Makes
killing
it
my
better.
husband, it's fine.
It's not like
You're
I enjoyed
forgetting.
chopping his head off.
You could have not laughed afterwards.
I could have not played soccer with it. Okay. Instinct. I feel threatened. I will draw my sword.
Yes. That got you into trouble.
That's a fate, correct?
That is a fate.
If a situation gets out of hand, I will take control through intimidation. Didn't do that. Always fight to the death. Didn't do that.
That's probably a
do I
good
get
thing.
anything from Instinct Special? Am I always get a twinge?
No, because it helped you out.
Okay.
It didn't, in and of itself, get you into trouble. You just saw it coming, and it wasn't a versus brawling test like with Father Colin getting an advantage die for sucker punching you in the face.
Gotcha. And then none of my traits really helped. Stubborn, Sixth Sense, Stoic, and Booming Voice.
No. I will give you a point for stubborn.
Oh, okay,
Stubborn
excellent.
as fuck the whole time.
All right. Oh, sorry, cat. All right, so
That
that's
should be 3 fate altogether.
Yep, 3 fate points.
All right, Nicole.
I must protect the girl. I can help her seek shelter in the woods with the help of the spirits.
I think you've started working towards that, definitely.
Definitely.
Fate.
So that's worth a fate.
I must help Yezzi lay her son to rest so he may join the ancestors.
I
like that.
Haven't done that yet.
Nope, we're not even there yet. And I must protect the ancestors' barrows by stopping the desecration, by stopping the new religion's worship.
Oh! Wow!
Nice.
That is directly contrary to Matt's character.
Haven't gotten there yet.
Please
but
don't
that's
bomb
fine.
my church. It's also my house. All my things are there.
Instincts. Always commune with the ancestor spirits for an hour every morning.
So there should be a spot on your character sheet for practice.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Under Arcana and Epiphanies.
It's just a big box. You type it in.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll help you figure out what kind of, because I'm guessing it's practice towards summoning, Shaun.
That would make the most sense to me. Yes.
And so I'll help her figure out how to mark time for that.
Yeah.
Never refuse hospitality when offered.
Certainly didn't get you into trouble. I don't think it really came up, but
No. Nobody like, oh, hey,
come have a drink with me.
poison pie. And always show respect to or deference to an ancestor spirit.
There were no ancestor spirits showing up so far.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Character traits, always in the way, dismissive, frustrated. And then die traits, mark of privilege, gifted, and Faust.
Yeah, Faust, because you're a summoner.
You get bonus to summoning when it's to directly help people.
Yeah. And that's me.
Okay, and Matt.
I definitely won't get any persona, but I might get a fate for this one. Saxa is innocent, but her presence will only aggravate matters. I will convince Aldwin to release her to her family immediately.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
tried to in the very beginning, and I was like, well, you can go talk at least.
Definitely. I don't know what part of. Yeah, you did. You did try to convince me.
The rift in this town is too great to ignore. I will convince both the Dominus and Yezzi that funding a banquet for the poor of both sides would work well in bringing everyone together. And I am sick of bloodshed. I will follow the path of virtue and put my dark past behind me where it belongs. I did not turn away from bloodshed this time.
No. Nope. What?
Instincts.
How about your instincts there, Matt?
Always answer a threat or insult with a sucker punch. He shoved me, and so my reaction was to punch him in the face.
Yep, that was a threat.
That's
That old thugness came back.
Yep.
Never allow a child to come to harm, and when looked to for answers, throughout some.
I'd say he worked towards never allowed the child to come to harm.
Because I tried to get the child out of there, and it got me in trouble with the captain.
Now you're in jail.
Yeah,
No,
I'd say that definitely.
That's true.
Character traits: cruel.
Wow, you have a cruel character trait?
Because
Yeah.
of the thug one.
Wow.
I was going to tell him to sit down and shut up with my fist before I lectured him. I don't know if that counts.
No, because you didn't actually get to do that.
Yeah, theoreticals don't
You
count.
son of a bitch. Cynical, stoic. And then lucky, poker face, cold blooded.
Man,
Lucky got in trouble.
Well, no, Lucky almost helped him. Just his luck just didn't
Now,
help.
if I had succeeded and got over the fence because of my lucky, and then I ended up in a pit of angry villagers who wanted to kill me,
Oh, okay.
but I'll take my 3 fate and
all
go
right.
home.
So was there any in character stuff that made you pee yourself laughing?
I laughed at you naming him obvious.
Didn't even obvious. It's obvious. It's not in character.
I'm gonna call him Opie.
Opie.
No, I don't think there was any in-character stuff that really stood out as hilarious to me.
No.
Right skill, right time.
Not oratory.
Not oratory.
I tried.
You did try.
We didn't really roll anything weird. It was
No,
all just
no.
persuasion and talking
Yeah, it was
and
all pretty
hitting
standard
things.
stuff. Brawling,
Yeah.
I don't think is weird enough to count.
Nope.
No.
Does anybody want to nominate anybody for embodiment? Was there any good any time where you were like, that fucker is playing their character to the hilt right now?
Dustin, I think,
Yeah.
for being such a stubborn son of a bitch the whole time. Yeah.
For just being a general.
And willing to get in a knockdown, drag out brawl with me almost. So.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I know Paul punching my friends. I mean,
that
member
is-
of the faith. I mean,
That's worth a persona right there.
woo.
Anybody else? I'm gonna
No, I
nominate.
feel like it's
I think
early.
Mom Yezzi was pretty good.
I was gonna nominate Kristen. For,
Yeah, she played the mom 100%. Even when she came up to me, she's like, "Oh, what happened?
Oh, sweetie.
It's someone picking on you."
For your boo boo.
Okay.
I'll take
Moldbreaker.
it.
I don't think we're quite there yet.
No.
I can see that Matt has already geared himself that way.
But what mold is he trying to break?
It's
Don't
because
Being a
he's
nice
got-
priest.
Thug?
I was gonna say he's got a belief about putting all of his thuggishness behind him, and
Oh.
everything on his character sheet is geared towards being a thug, and it's pretty great. At some point, he's gonna have to make a choice. As long as he keeps that belief around.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. It's an interesting belief.
Yes. Workhorse. Doing all the work for the scenario. Who was the person that was doing the most help, or doing the most kind of keeping the? There's not really a plot here.
I think Matt instigating the whole release of the.
Releasing of her and then bringing it up to you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say Matt probably was driving the story the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, That's worth a persona. MVP. Does anybody get MVP for this session? It's not a requirement, but it usually happens.
Maybe if I succeeded in my oratory.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty great.
Yeah, there just wasn't any like really strong advancement.
Yeah, I don't feel like that
Side
was in
stat
there.
so far.
I arrested an unarmed priest. I don't feel like that really constitutes as an achievement.
Okay.
I moved a child. That's it.
Nicole had guests in her temple,
That's it.
and Matt got arrested.
Creeped out a guard. It was fine.
Cool. And I don't think we're like at one session. I don't see any like nothing has happened to require like a reputation vote
No.
or anything
No.
like that. Before
I'm going for MILF though. I'm like
the
geared towards
MILF
MILF.
trait.
I already have the reputation of not personable, hard to approach. So I mean, I've already got that down. The MILF trait.
Sorry. I need to look up steel. Let me see.
What page is it on, Shaun? When you
It
get
is
there?
on page 364. To steel witnessing violence. I think Matt and Colin, sorry, Matt and Dustin both get to log
It's-
ob 3 steel tests.
Being in a brawl or fist fight?
Yep. Or riot. The other two of you
Hang on.
didn't really
Op 3
witness
for 4.
violence.
Nope.
So what happens if we fail?
It's you don't have to roll it. You just get to log that test. So whatever whatever your steal is, what is your steal?
It's 5. It's going to be a
So
routine.
that's a routine. So not a
It
big
doesn't
deal
do
for you.
anything.
You can pretty much ignore it. I don't even think that routines
Yeah.
do anything for you at 5, do they?
Oh,
No, they do
that's
not.
5 routine.
I need 3 difficult and a challenging.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ob 3 is no big deal to you. Did that help you out at all, Matt?
I got a difficult. I have a B4 steel.
Oh, nice. Well then,
Ob 3 is difficult for a B4? Man, I need
Yeah.
to restudy that.
It's like
Okay.
page 41 or 40 or somewhere around there.
and then before we go, I think when we come back next week, assuming that we meet next week,
That should be good for next week.
we'll
We may or may not be good next week because we'll be that weekend. Saturday will have moved all the big heavies.
okay.
So we should have access to everything. It's whether or not we are.
People.
We have the if the people are not.
Well put, Nicole.
Nice. Okay.
So, let's plan to do it, and then we'll let you know as soon as possible if that changes.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's fine. But I think the next session we'll probably start like later in the day as well, I guess we have a couple of things that we have to deal with because we've got the Dominus wants to have a chat with Yezzi. So we'll probably start there. I think.
That's probably a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay. Cool.
At some point, I'm going to have to go talk to Matt's character.
Oh yeah.
Confront him in jail.
Yeah.
And
I want to go with
any-
you so bad.
without charges being placed and without other stuff like that happening, like how unless you do come back and go, yeah, hold him as long as you can. Like what's the law in the town? Like how long?
I am the law.
There's no Bill of Rights here.
Yeah, you don't
Not
have
true.
any
You know
rights.
what I'm saying, like, because this is the Imperium, so but anyways, still it's the first.
But still, you're a man of the cloth, so it's not going to be like I'm going to hold you permanently.
Well, and if you decide to just ignore me there, how long would I end up being stuck there? Would they eventually?
You would probably be stuck there until someone wants you released.
Yeah. Of course, he is the
I don't know
only
if that's.
like he is the only priest of the path of virtue in town, which means that all of
Or
the
if you were to
newcomers-
raise a stink,
yeah.
my brother perhaps gets tired of it and said, "Oh, get this fucker out of here." But I imagine I'm probably going to confront you, and if Yezzi wants to come with me, we can do it at a time where she's not talking to my brother.
I do. I want to go.
Yeah. Plan for that.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys for playing. This is fun. It's been too long since I played Burning Wheel, and it's nice to get back into it.
It's been a long time since I've played, and I've been craving some good Burning Wheel.
So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. And I guess I will see everybody next week.
See you next time.